Hi, welcome to Business Automated. Today I'll show you how to build a simple expense tracking application using Airtable mobile app. You can download Airtable mobile app from your Play Store or from your iPhone store. So let's open the Airtable application, and here we have a selection of our current bases that we have been working on, and we can create a new base. So let's create a new base for our expense tracking application. For this, we will use an empty base. We call it expense tracking. All right, and we need to create a couple of categories. So first table, we'll call this table categories. So we know the categories of our expenses. And let's edit the field. So the field will be name, notes, attachment. This is not necessary, so we can go inside and we can remove that field. And notes, I think we can keep the notes in case they're useful for later. Okay, fine. So we have categories. Next step will be expenses. That's a named record. No, that's not necessary. Next step will be adding a table that will basically contain all the record for our expenses. So we'll call this table expenses. And now let's customize the table. So we can add the name for expense, or we can just change it to a number. We can use the auto number for that field, so you won't have to write anything. Next step, we can add the notes for our record if we want, but the first feature we will use is basically the photo feature. So we'll call the attachment, we'll call it photo. All right. We can keep the notes in case we would like to write something. Next one, we will link to our category field. And we will use link to a record. And this one will be linking to our category so that we can select category of our expense. Next element will be amount. And we'll use the currency field. Currency symbol, we can change the currency symbol to a different one. We can also change the precision. Let's keep it precision with double digits, okay? So we have the amount. The next field that we will add to this will be the date. And here we'll use the automated date to automatically add the date when we enter this expense, so we don't have to type the date manually. In case you would like to type the date manually, there is also an option for you. We can call it date manually. Date manually, and then we create the date field. All right. If we would like to track this for multiple people, we can also add a person. So who was the person that created this expense? And we would link it to a record of people that we have in our base. So let's go out, let's create a separate table for people. People. All right, so this will be the people that we can have multiple collaborators on this base, and we can have multiple collaborators adding expenses. So let's change this field to link to the table that we have created, people. And we can also create another table in case we would like to assign this to a specific project. So let's call it a project. So we have table project, and we have table expenses, and in the table expenses we're going to add a new field which will be project, and this will be linking to project field. All right, we can rearrange the data. And let's add some dummy data right now. So let's call it category 1. Let's add some people. And let's add some example of projects. Alright, so we have our categories, we have people. Let's try to create the first expense record. Automatically we have the name. We can take a picture of our expense. And our expense has been added. If we don't have more time at the moment, we can skip filling out other fields and fill it out when you have a spare time and basically throw away the receipt at the moment. But if you have a little bit more time, then basically you can continue with the description. You can add the amount on the bill. You can assign the proper category. Let's say this was category 2. If the date was different, maybe this was the bill from yesterday, you can say that this was the bill from yesterday. If the date is the same, you don't have to do anything. And John, this was me. And if there was a project, this is a web project. But what if you would like to assign it to a project that does not exist yet? Okay, fine. So we can unlink it, and then we can create a new empty record, and we can now edit this record and call it new project 4. All right, so right now we have the expense added. We can add, let's say, one more expense. Alright, so now we have 2 expenses, and then once we go to our categories, we can see that under category 2 there are 2 expenses. Once we click on category, we can see the expenses. If we go to the people, we can also see who has expenses, looking at the numbers, how many expenses are there. And then if we go to the project, we can see what are the expenses assigned to the project. So this is a very small, quick to build database that you can make inside of Airtable for free. And yeah, I hope this will be useful for you. If you have any questions, then comment below, and good luck building your Airtable bases. If you like this video, please subscribe.